Seeking the peace of reason, shaping a peaceless season. Reason to keep believing, waking the beast to sleeping. Like a spring step back, two-step, two-step, one, two, three.
What good folks, it's Darktry19 aka Papa Bustatine, and welcome back to the second part of What If Naruto Was a Blind Warrior. So like, comment, subscribe and share, but besides all that, enjoy the video. Chapter 3, The Demon of the Mist. Naruto felt a vein mark grow bigger and bigger just hearing Sakura pester Sasuke. Sasuke also looked annoyed. Kazuna looked at her as if wondering if she had an off button. Kakashi was reading his book, but he too was getting annoyed. Before anyone could react, Naruto kunai nearly passes Sakura's head and hit a tree trunk. Naruto! Sakura screeched, jumping into the air to deliver a fatal blow towards Naruto's head into the ground. Unfortunately, Naruto walked past her, causing Sakura to fall face first into the ground. Naruto walked past the bush to notice something like a small animal, but too big for a mouse. Looking closely, he noticed it was a rabbit, but there was chakra of someone here. Naruto looked behind in the trees. Whoever was standing here moments earlier was incredible powerful and no amateur. Kakashi walked up to Naruto and realized that the rabbit was kept solely for the use of Kawarimi no Jutsu. The masked man looked at the blonde boy with interest. He was shocked to see the blonde found him so fast before the Jounin, who he recognized as Hatake Kakashi, also known as Sharingan no Kakashi. Kakashi went back to his team, looking very serious. Someone was in the area. Either was watching or ready to make their move. Kakashi didn't even seem to hear Sakura screaming at Naruto, demanding he apologize for making her look so bad in front of Sasuke-kun. Before Kakashi could make a decision, he senses something moving at them at high speed. "Get down!" Kakashi yelled as he grabbed Sakura and Tazuna and forced them down. Sasuke and Naruto hit the dirt. A giant sword appeared just above their heads. When it passed, it pierced into the tree above them where a sleeveless man stood. Kakashi looked at him and noticed at once that he was going to be a tough opponent. My, you're the Kiri's nuke nin Momochi Zabuza. Kakashi replied casually as if the two ninjas were talking over drinks. "Oh, you must be copycat ninja, Hatake Kakashi." Zabuza replied before turning to look over at the Jounins. He gave a snort. "So you're in charge of a bunch of trash. I should have known you weren't going to live by your reputation and follow the Sandaime Hokage. Hey Gaki, what's your name?" Zabuza asked Naruto. However, Sasuke stepped forward to give the answer. "I'm not you trash. I meant the blonde one." Zabuza growled. "Uzumaki Naruto," Naruto stated calmly. Zabuza's face paled when he heard the word Uzumaki. Kakashi seemed to have noticed Zabuza had instant fear inside of him. "Uzumaki, did you say? That's impossible. They're all wipe out." Now Kakashi, Sasuke and Sakura were starting to get curious. Was Uzumaki a clan with a certain bloodline capability? However, Tazuna was no looking like he was in front of Almighty Kami-sama. Is he an Uzumaki? I thought they were wipe out nearly 20 years ago. Even though I never fought one, their legacy is even greater than the 7 swordsmen of the mist. Wait, could he be sensei's? "Gaki, is your mother, Uzumaki Kushina?" When Kakashi heard the name, his eyes immediately opened wide. He looks at Naruto but saw no resemblance to Kushina. "I do not know. My parents died when I was born 13 years ago. What's so great about Uzumakis anyway? They're weak and pathetic." "Sasuke-kun is super cool and full of talent," Sakura shouted with a look at Sasuke to agree with her. "Actually, Uzumakis are fully praised here in Wave, Mist, Ocean, Sea, Storm, and Whirlpool, which is where they originally descended from. The very first swordsman of the mist was an Uzumaki with nearly 20 different styles of Kenjutsu. Masters at chakra control and have an IQ over 200. They are first-rate shinobis who serve as the guardians of the sea. It's also said each Uzumaki creates a jutsu that only he or she can use. The people view Uzumakis higher than the daimyo and the leaders of the village leaders with more respect. However, Kazuna replied but couldn't continue any further. The old man is right. However, about 20 years ago, the son Daime Mizukage felt the Uzumakis were too powerful. He then ordered his entire army to kill every Uzumaki. The fighting between the Uzumakis and Mizukage lasted for nearly a year. Before every Uzumaki was dead, there was only one known survivor. She was my sensei and mentor, Uzumaki Koharu, who fled to Konoha when the fighting nearly begun. However, I heard she died 12 years ago, during the attack by the Nine Tails at Konoha's gate. However, the reason why Uzumakis were feared. Zabuza paused for a moment. Just remembering gave him the chills. Was their power levels could even extend further than the cages themselves. Zabuza replied in a cold tone. Naruto was shocked, so was his team. Kazuna however looked at Naruto in a new light. So you're the greatest threat here. Normally I would take you out first, however, it seems like your jounin will only get in my way. Let's begin this Hatake Kakashi, Zabuza cried, quickly disappearing from the tree. Kakashi lifted up his forehead protector. Sasuke and Sakura started at it. Naruto however, looked at it and studied the strange eye. What is that eye? I knew his right eye had something powerful because it was always covered in chakra. It seems like it can copy jutsus? Yes, I see it all too clearly now. The way the eye's chakra is moving, it's designed to copy and gather information. Interesting, perhaps, well, wouldn't hurt to try. Naruto thought as he begun to mimic Kakashi's Sharingan with his chakra. Kirigakura no Jutsu. Zabuza replied on top of the water. Kakashi turns to look at him and then lock onto him with his Sharingan. I'm honored to fight the Sharingan so early, Hatake Kakashi. Zabuza's voice boomed everywhere around them. Now then, there are 8 killing spots, where to target, where to target. Zabuza mocks. Sakura and Sasuke started to shake in fear. Naruto however, did not even flinch under the amount of killer intent being released. Everyone, form the swastika formation. Protect Tazuna-san. Whatever happens, don't join the battle. To not interfere is the battle teamwork. Don't lower your guard no matter what. Sensei, what is he? Momochi Zabuza, he was in the Kirigakura Onbu, and was known for his silent killing techniques. Kakashi explains. Silent? Sakura asked. Her knees were shaking very badly. Just as the name implies, it's a killing technique that's executed into a flash and carried out in absolute silence. It's possible you'll be dead before you realize it. Also, I cannot use my Sharingan to its fullest potential. Like I said, don't let your guard down. But if you fail, you're only going to die. Kakashi replies calmly as if it wasn't a big deal. You're taking this so easy, sensei. Sakura screeches at Kakashi. Her voice was loud and most likely carried for miles. Shut up, tramp. Naruto growled. You shut up, Naruto no baka. Sakura screamed. You really should be listening to your teammate. Zabuza's voice replied, as if he was everywhere around them. A shinobi must be quiet and silent at all times. Just by yelling, I can kill you, like this. Zabuza replied. From behind Sakura 3 kunais headed toward her head. Kakashi quickly reacted and countered it with 3 of his own. Sakura, who just realized she could have been killed, had her eyes open in shock. She was so glad, but too shocked to say anything. Before she could do anything, Zabuza's killer intent started to rise, making the air around the poor Genans hard to breathe. Sasuke was having a hard time. He felt he needed to end the pain. He was prepared to end the pain by killing himself when Kakashi spoke. Sasuke, don't worry. I won't let any of you die. He replies with a smile. 8 choices: liver, lungs, spine, clavicle, neck, brain, kidneys, heart. Which one should I strike? Zabuza's voice appeared behind the Genans. Sasuke, Sakura and Tazuna were the only ones too scared to move. Naruto however, unsheathed his sword and struck Zabuza in the face. Zabuza blocked with his own sword, looking at Naruto with such high praise. I should have expected that, Uzumaki-san. Zabuza commented. He looked at Naruto with respect and seemed to be enjoying the situation he was in. Naruto seemed to raise his head as if he realizes something. A clone. Before Zabuza or Naruto could move, Kakashi jumped forward and stabbed Zabuza with his kunai. Water poured out before disintegrating around Kakashi. Sensei, behind you. Sakura screamed. Kakashi turned around only to see Zabuza's Kubikiri Hocho slice him in half. To Zabuza's surprise, Kakashi also disintegrated into water. Zabuza shocked and surprised to see Kakashi was able to copy his Mizu Bunshine in the mist. Zabuza stood up only to feel a kunai to his throat. "Don't move, Zabuza. It's over." Kakashi replies, holding his kunai dangerously close to Zabuza's neck. Zabuza said nothing, then began to chuckle. "It's over? You don't get it. There's no way you can defeat me with your monkey-like imitations. But I have to admit, at that time, you had already copied my Mizu Bunshine no Jutsu. I won't let any of you die. You had your clone say those words, to attract my attention while the real you hid in the mist and watched me. Nice plan. But..." Zabuza ended his sentence. Kakashi was getting nervous. Did he have something as an ace in the hole? "I'm not that easy to beat." Zabuza's voice spoke behind Kakashi, whose eyes opened wide in shock as the clone disappeared. "That's a fake too?" Sakura screamed in fear. She was going to die. She didn't even get to kiss her true love first and she was going to die. Zabuza swung his sword hard and fast. Kakashi just barely managed to duck in time. Zabuza brought his sword down into the ground and switched hands to give more speed and strength as he delivers a powerful kick to Kakashi in the face. Kakashi flew through the air and landed on the water, where he used his chakra to land on top of it. Kakashi looks up to see Zabuza standing on the water edge forming seals. "Suten, Mizu Kusari no Jutsu," Zabuza shouted in a loud voice, slamming his hand on the water. Something grabbed Kakashi's ankles. Before he realized it, his hands were also bound by the water Zabuza set up. "Too bad, Kakashi, escaping to the water was a bad idea. This is a special prison we use for capturing missing ninjas. It's an A-rank jutsu. The water serves as chains and bondages and cuts off all possible use of chakra. But lucky for you, I cannot move from this position. However, doesn't mean I still can't take care of your brats. Mizu Bunshine no Jutsu." A water clone appeared alongside Zabuza and stepped forward towards the frightened Jinans. "As I expected, Gaki's playing ninja." Zabuza's clone replied in a cold tone. "What are you talking about? Of course we're ninjas. How else do you expect we got these forehead protectors from our village?" Sakura demanded. Naruto wanted to bang his head on something. Why was Sakura being so stupid? Ah yes, Konoha has some of the finest warriors known around the globe. But they have the weakest and most pathetic hearts. That village is too emotional. It carries weak shinobis. Shinobis that can't kill. Shinobis who never felt fear or bloodlust. That's why, you're nothing but little kids who like to play ninja. Zabuza replies. Sakura and Sasuke shook in fear. Unable to believe that a jounin was standing above them mocking them, Zabuza raised his right hand and looks at it. "When I was your age, these hands were already stained with the art of blood. I've killed more than any of you could ever dream of." Zabuza replied. "Bloody mist." Kakashi replies. "Oh, so even you have heard about that. Bloody mist? What's the bloody mist?" Sakura asked. For generations, the hidden village of the mist was once known as the Bloody Mist for nearly 50 years. Due to a certain examination in order to become Chunin. "So you even know about that?" Zabuza commented. "What was the examination? This final test? Students fighting to the death." This answer sent the two Chunins in fear like no other. Students, who knew each other, trained together, became friends together, were put together in a fight where one would walk, the other would die. 10 years ago, the hidden village of the mist was forced to change this, due to the fact an evil appeared in the village. "Oh, so you've heard of me. What did this evil do?" Sakura asked, uncertain. She wanted to know the answer. Without hesitation or fear, he killed the entire class graduation that year. "The demon Zabuza." Zabuza said nothing. Then his clone spoke towards the Jinans. "I missed that day. It was so fun." It replied while Sakura and Sasuke suddenly became petrified with fear. Zabuza kicked Sasuke down and started to push into his chest, causing him to feel like his chest was going to be crushed just by the clone's foot. "Sasuke-kun!" Sakura screamed. Seeing her true love being defeated so easily, scared her to hell. Naruto rushed forward and formed a cross seal. "Kage Bunshine no Jutsu." Naruto replied calmly. Zabuza's clone looked up to see Naruto's rushing towards him. "Oh, the shadow clone technique. Quite a number of them." "What?" Zabuza cried, not even sensing the two Naruto clones from behind him as they cut the water clone to apart. Naruto dispelled the shadow clone technique. Using the smoke as a smoke screen, he threw a Fuma Shuriken at Zabuza. Zabuza shocked to see a Fuma Shuriken come out of the smoke from the Kage Bunshine headed straight towards him. "Not bad. Attacking me when I'm not prepared for it, however." Zabuza caught it with his right hand. "It's too easy for me," Zabuza declared. It was then he notices another Fuma Shuriken. Cage Shuriken no Jutsu? Zabuza dropped to the water surface and laid there as the Fuma Shuriken passed by him. Not bad at all. However, you didn't think that through well enough. That attack was far too easy for me to handle. Zabuza commented to Naruto. Naruto said nothing but disappeared in a puff of smoke. Zabuza looked shocked and looked behind him to see the Fuma Shuriken turn into Naruto. The Fuma Shuriken? You mean he used the Henge no Jutsu to get behind me? I should take him as my apprentice. He is even better than Haku. Zabuza stood up and smiled. I should have expected that. From the last Uzumaki. They always come up with a genius plan, no matter how bad the situation gets. Kakashi freed from his prison glance at Naruto. He wanted to send his team off, but Naruto overcame the situation and attacked Zabuza in his blind spot multiple times. He was deeply impressive and wanted to thank the blonde. However, he had his own problems to worry about. Zabuza seemed to be thinking the same thing and turned to face Kakashi. Well, I must admit that student of yours is quite impressive. No doubt he is a true prodigy among prodigies. Well, let's finish this. Zabuza rushed forward but stopped when Kakashi sent him a powerful glare with his Sharingan. Soon Kakashi started mimicking his every move. Damn, that freaking eye is pissing me off. Nani? Did he read his mind? Both Zabuza and Kakashi started to form seals. All you're doing is just copying me. You're not going to defeat me with your monkey-like abilities. Zabuza's eyes started to grow in frustration. He was about to finish the seal when he stopped. He saw himself besides Kakashi. Genjutsu? No, not possible. So is that me? Kakashi formed the last two seals and shouted. Suten, Daibakufu no Jutsu na, nani? Zabuza cried as the jutsu hit him. I was the one trying to cast this jutsu, but I couldn't keep up with his speed. What insane power. Naruto jumped to the high tree to avoid the technique's powerful gusting wind. Sasuke, Sakura and Tazuna were not as fortunate as they all nearly got blown away from Kakashi's jutsu. Zabuza landed on the tree base. Before he could recover, kunais pierced his body. Zabuza looked at Kakashi, who landed on tree branch with a kunai in his hand. Can your eye, can it see the future? Yay, you're going to die. Kakashi replies calmly. Two senbone needles pierce Zabuza in the neck, apparently killing him. You're right. He did die. A hunter nin replied. Kakashi ignored the hunter nin and jumps down to check. No pulse, Zabuza was dead. I thank you for your assistance. I've been seeking a chance to kill Zabuza myself. I must go. The hunter nin replied calmly. He shunshine down and disappeared with Zabuza. Well, that's a good thing for us. Let's go. Kakashi replies before collapsing. Kakashi-sensei. Sakura screamed. Kids, your sensei is awake. A woman shouted as Kakashi opens his eye. The Genons open the door and walk in. All except Naruto, who was nowhere to be seen. Soon following them was Tazuna. Where is Naruto? He left as soon as we came here. Says he's going to go training and won't be back until a week has passed. Oh really? Well, there is something I must discuss with all of you. Kakashi replies. Location unknown. Naruto stops walking, studying his surroundings. He knew a building was building hold by cables in front of him. He also sensed Zabuza's and that hunter nin's chakra inside the building. He calmly walks in. Surprisingly, there are no guards. Gato was truly a stupid idiot and full of ignorance and selfish needs. Naruto walks in toward Zabuza's chakra signature. When he got near enough, he heard someone yelling at Zabuza, whom Naruto assumed was Gato. Not only did the demon brothers failed, but so did you. You call yourself the demon of the mist? How can you be a demon if you were defeated so easily? Now the old bridge builder will have the time he needs to finish that bridge of his. If you can't, ow, my arm. Gato cries as the hunter nin starts to crush his arm. Gato's two guards drew their swords only to see another shinobi appeared next to them holding their swords to their throats. I think it would be best to leave. Naruto replies calmly but in a deadly tone. The guards started to sweat, unable to believe someone moved so fast in a second. Gato ran as soon the hunter nin released his arm. The guards ran out. Gato soon followed. Naruto raised his eyebrow when the hunter nin took a defensive stance. Haku, it's alright. You don't have to do anything. Zabuza-san. Zabuza turned his head towards Naruto. How did you find me, brat? Simple, I followed your chakra signature. Chakra signature? Everyone has a chakra signature. No chakra signature is the same. During your fight I was studying you and saw your chakra signature. When you died your chakra signature did not die. So I knew you were alive. Shortly after my team arrived at our client's house, I left to track you. Do they know I'm alive? I figure Kakashi-sensei would tell everyone after he put 2 and 2 together. True, it won't take long for Kakashi to find out. However, I wish to learn more about your clan? Not surprising, they're Gaki. Well, it really wasn't a clan. Only there were about 5 people. Your mother was very young. Her father insisted that she flee at once, in case the family did die out. She was the youngest in the family. Only a Chunin, but highly skilled like many Jounins. When I was 4, she became my sensei and tutor. I look up to her. She was so brave and so fearless. She was more of a tomboy if you ask about her. Red hair with beauty unlike no other woman in the world. She was a fearless shinobi. When she fled, she told me not to get so full of myself. I wish I could hear her voice just one more time. Zabuza-san? Haku asked, unsure what to say. Zabuza sat up, with great difficulty. The Uzumakis wield no Kekkei Genkais or specialty abilities. Just these 2 things, high-level chakra and a high-level IQ. Zabuza replied before he chuckles. I guess I can finally repay my debt to your mother. It only makes sense, she was the only survivor from the Uzumaki massacre. Very well, I shall train you the same way she trained me. Naruto said nothing and showed no emotions. He finally got more than he intended to. Water's edge. Okay kid, the first thing I'm going to have you work on is your taijutsu. I will also be teaching kenjutsu. Depending on how well you can do, I will teach you ninjutsu and some genjutsu. Naruto said nothing but got into a defensive stance. Haku did the same and both leaped forward, getting into a first punch to both of them. Both caught each other's first. Naruto studied his opponent and realized he was going to have so much fun. Week later, Naruto sealed everything he had into his scrolls and attached them onto his belt. Zabuza stood there, fully healed, and stood ready to engage in battle with Kakashi once again. Naruto, come here. Zabuza replied as he pulls out 3 large scrolls. These scrolls have everything I know inside them. One is ninjutsu. Mostly water jutsus, a few wind, earth and lighting. Never really bothered in learning fire jutsus. The second scroll is kenjutsu forms and styles. The third is genjutsu and taijutsu. If you really want to become the world's greatest ninja, you must learn as much as you can. Strive to become Hokage unlike no other. I take it you'll be joining your team on the bridge. Of course. I don't like them, but I will always fight for the Leaf Village. I will carry on the Will of Fire. Zabuza grew curious about this Will of Fire for over a week. Naruto spoke of it with passion and respect. Clearly it wasn't the Hokage. However, he never asked what it was. Very well, this is the last time we part as teacher and student. The next time we meet, we'll become enemies. Remember what I said. And remember to be careful. And, here. Zabuza replied as Naruto strapped the scrolls to his left leg. Note, the scrolls are half the size of Kankuro's scroll for his puppets. Zabuza pulled out another scroll, this one much smaller and shorter than the last 3. This sword belongs to your mother. Before she left, she gave it to me, in hopes I would wield it with honor when the mist was standing in pride once again. However, my attempt to free mist ended in failure. Hopefully your Will of Fire can give you the strength to wield this blade. Thank you, but I would much rather no see either of you die. Or anyone else. But this is the road to becoming a shinobi. I will see you 2 there. Naruto replied. He disappeared before either Haku or Zabuza could say anything. That kid will become powerful. Perhaps he'll become the strongest in the world. He has such strange powers. Zabuza replies. It's almost like being around him, and you feel everything will be alright. Haku agreed, nodding. In truth, I would much rather not have to fight him. However, my debt is repaid, therefore, we can finish this mission and kill that greedy little pig. Zabuza replies calmly and he walks towards the bridge. Haku soon followed. Naruto stopped short, glared at the 2 samurai dragging Tsunami. She told Naruto her name before he left. Inari was on the floor crying. Naruto doesn't know his name is Inari. Naruto jumped down and threw a shuriken at the samurai's head. The samurai's partner wheeled around before a kunai killed him in the throat. Naruto jumped down. Naruto-sama. When did you? Tsunami asked in shock. I came by to drop off my stuff and meet my team. Naruto replied calmly. I'm afraid your team not too long ago and went to the bridge with father. Guess I should go there then. Inari must have gathered his wits now that the danger has passed. Why do you even try? You're just going to get killed by Gato, he shouted towards Naruto. Naruto unsheathed his sword from his staff and pointed it at Inari. Who the hell are you to talk to me like that? Naruto growled. It doesn't matter, you're just going to die if you go against Gato. Inari screamed. Naruto disappeared before Inari's eyes. He heard Naruto landed behind him. Before Inari could say anything, he felt a deep wound on his shoulder. If you think that, coward, then just die. Naruto replied calmly. Wait, Naruto-sama. That's my son. Please forgive his actions, Tsunami shouted. Remember, Inari. If you run, you will die. If you fight, you will die. However, how you die depends on how you live. If you fight, then protect those around you. Die to protect them. If you run, then you're no better than Gato, a goddamn coward who will watch his loved ones die. Naruto replied before he disappeared. Inari fell down crying. His mother walks over and confronts him. Although angry, agreed with Naruto. According to Kakashi, Naruto follows a strict code and strongly dislikes people who are not reasonable with that code. Naruto jumped from tree to tree and rushed towards the bridge. He knew Zabuza would engage his team soon, mostly likely right now. He didn't care if Sakura died. Then again, Zabuza wouldn't care if she lived or died, seeing how she was too weak and pathetic to even be a shinobi. Naruto landed near the bridge to see what was going on. Zabuza clearly was using Kirigakure no Jutsus, causing Kakashi and everyone else unable to see what was going on. Sakura stood in front of Tazuna, holding a kunai, but her knees were shaking horribly. Clearly she was scared to death. Naruto wouldn't be surprised if she pisses herself soon. Sasuke was fighting Haku, who was using a jutsu Naruto never seen or heard before. Haku never used this jutsu during their sparring sessions. Kakashi was looking around, trying to find Zabuza with his Sharingan. Zabuza created a water clone and had it attack Kakashi with shurikens. Naruto knew Kakashi was able to deflect them, so he was unsurprised when Kakashi did deflect them. Naruto, however, lost interest in the battle between Kakashi and Zabuza. He started to watch Sasuke's battle. The stubborn Uchiha was doing fairly well, using his chakra to increase his speed. However, Naruto knew Sasuke was going to reach his limit soon. Man, I can't believe I'm going to save that Uchiha's neck. Naruto muttered, jumping forward. Naruto hit Sasuke in the neck before he knew what hit him. Naruto-kun, I expected you to appear sooner. Haku replied in a calm voice. I went back to Tazuna's house, and ran into Gato's wannabe thugs. I took care of them. Naruto replied in a calm tone. I see, well, Zabuza's debt has been repaid, however, I won't hold back on you. Haku replied, pulling out senbon needles. Naruto raised his forehead protector to reveal his eyes. Haku knew he was blind, however, what he didn't expect was to see pure white eyes. No pupils or iris could be seen. Almost as if they were ripe out. Like Raiden's eyes from Mortal Kombat. Let's go, Haku, Naruto shouted, jumping forward. Haku smiled. Apparently Naruto was underestimating his bloodline. He moved forward faster than Naruto. He punches Naruto in the jaw and jumped back in the mirror. Haku, however, was a surprise when Naruto disappeared in a puff of smoke. Cage Bunshine, I'll tell you a secret. Cage Bunshine has a secret ability. Anything the Cage Bunshine learns is given to the user after it dispels. Now, I see your secret, I'll be ready for you. Naruto replies, standing in the middle of the ice mirrors. Haku was surprised. He didn't know that. In this case, Naruto had the advantage, because he knew Naruto could make up to 1,000 shadow clones without breaking a sweat. Kaju Cage Bunshine no Jutsu, Naruto cried, as hundreds of Narutos appeared. Haku leaped out his mirror, realizing with this much power, Naruto would destroy his mirrors. He jumps halfway across the area to the other side, destroying as many as he could. Haku, leap out of his mirror again. This time, he destroyed more. However, Naruto seemed to be fully aware of what was going on. Haku got confused so much he again approaches another clone. Only for it to explode in front of him. Haku was thrown against his mirror and crashed into it, shattering it to pieces. Kakashi and Zabuza both turned their attention towards the explosion. Both grew curious who caused it. Zabuza knew it wasn't Haku, so he assumed it was the Uchiha brat. However, the Uchiha didn't know anything to cause a loud explosion to echo around the bridge. Kakashi was also in shock. He knew Sasuke and Sakura didn't know anything to create a loud explosion like this. He didn't know anything about Naruto. He was a big mystery. Or could another ninja appeared and taken over? Haku got up only to see Naruto's fist meet his face. How? Haku asked, struggling to get up. I've never shown anyone my true capabilities. True, I did lose my ability to see the world. However, I created another method. I pretty much see you and everything else in gray. Also, I can see chakra. I knew how your jutsu worked for a long time. Besides, if my first plan didn't work, I still had 3 more in case my first one failed. My eyes can see chakra. Nothing can escape their sight. I timed everything so I can help Kakashi defeat Zabuza. Of course, I'm not yet ready to tell my team my abilities. Naruto replied in a calm voice, lowering his forehead protector. Naruto looked at Kakashi's and Zabuza's direction. Zabuza was captured by dogs and Kakashi had a strange lighting jutsu in his hands. Before Naruto could react, Haku Shunsine away appearing before Zabuza, taking the blow to his heart. Naruto looked on as he saw Zabuza try to cut through both Haku and Kakashi at once. Kakashi pulled Haku away to safety. Naruto threw several shurikens and they hit Zabuza's shoulder blades, preventing him from using his arms. Naruto quickly appeared in front of Kakashi holding his sword. Yes, Naruto unsheathed his sword. Not bad, kid, you've improved better than I thought. Your mother would be proud. Zabuza replied as he kneeled down from the amount of pain. The battle clearly was showing the toll it was taking on Zabuza. I never really get to fight anyone at my fullest. Perhaps I can make my family's name legendary again across the world. Naruto replied calmly. Zabuza chuckled. Kid, you can make a name even greater than any other Uzumaki. Remember, a shinobi is a killing tool. Nothing more, nothing less. Zabuza replied. Naruto said nothing. He knew that was true. So Naruto remained silent. Before anyone could say anything, they all heard clapping. Turning towards the source, they all saw Gato standing there with a small army of thugs. This is the result of the demon of the mist. More like the baby of the mist, Gato shouted as the thugs roared with laughter. Gato walked forward towards Haku. Oh yes, I forgot, I owe this one for crushing my arm until it broke. Gato replied as he kicks Haku several times in the face. Aren't you going to do anything? Naruto asked Zabuza. No, you see, this is the life of a shinobi. I used Haku just like Gato used me. I feel nothing for him. Aren't you a bit curious about this will of fire we ninjas of Konoha speak of? Naruto asked Zabuza. Zabuza looked at his prize student. The Sandaime Hokage as well as all 4 Hokages wanted to change the ideas of shinobis. This will of fire is not fighting as weapons. We fight to protect and defend our dreams and ideals. Our families and friends. We share a bond that we seek to protect. Not as tools, but as human beings. It was a dream to create a golden age for shinobis. Naruto replied. Naruto, don't go telling Zabuza these things. He wouldn't understand. Kakashi replied. However, Zabuza interrupted him, tears pouring down his eyes. I think I finally understand. It was also my dream to cut down such ties of the old ways. My dream was to create the hidden mist village so we can rely on each other. I just never realized it until now. Kid, you may be right. We may be tools as shinobis. But we are also human beings capable of emotions. Thank you. Zabuza replied. He tried to move his arms but they refused to move. Kid, let me get a kunai. Naruto said nothing but tossed the kunai in the air. Zabuza tore his face mask with his mouth and caught it with his teeth. He charged forward. Gato, seeing the danger by angering the demon of the mist, ran behind the thugs ordering them to kill Zabuza. However, Zabuza easily evaded and cut through the thugs as if they were standing still. Gato panicked so hard he froze as Zabuza's kunai pierced through his neck. Zabuza kicked Gato in the throat, sending off the bridge edge. Zabuza struggled to walk back towards Haku. To die by his friend and brother's side. The two of them have been through so much, Haku deserves so much more. However, no matter how hard things seemed to have gotten, Haku always stood by his side. However, he collapsed before he could reach Haku. Naruto and Kakashi lowered their heads in respect. Zabuza died like a true leaf ninja, even if he was never a leaf ninja in the first place. Hey you dumb fucks. You just killed our meal ticket. Now we are going to raid this island and take all the spoils we want. A thug yelled, clearly acting like the leader. Yeah. All the thugs behind him yelled. Before anyone could respond, an arrow was shot and landed in front of the thugs. If any of you even take one step towards our island, the people of Wave will kill every single thug that enters our land. A old man shouted. Inari was standing there with a crossbow. How about, I kill them myself? Naruto replies, rushing forward creating several cage bunshines. The thugs barely could follow Naruto's movements. A minute later, Naruto pierced through the last thug's throat, killing him instantly. So young, yet he can kill without a care in the world. Hokage-sama, what is he? The bunshines all dispel and Naruto walked past Sakura, who flung herself on top of her Sasuke-kun the moment the fight between Zabuza and Kakashi had stopped. One day later, Hill of Wave, Naruto and the rest of Team 7 stood on the hill where Zabuza and Haku's grave stood. Kakashi-sensei, can the life of a shinobi ever change? Naruto asks. You regret your kills? Kakashi responds back. Sakura and Sasuke took a step back when they heard Naruto had killed several people. No, they deserve death. No matter what. Thugs like that who raid on the weak don't deserve to live. That's my belief. However, is killing the only life for a shinobi? In our world right now, yes. We kill to survive. It's part of being a shinobi. I wish killing could be taken out of our lives. We could live for something else. Naruto replies as the rain started to fall. Konoha the Sandaime Hokage looked at the document in front of him before looking at the 3 jounins in front of him. The Chunin exams have begun. He replies in a deep voice. The 3 jounins disappeared at ounce. Chapter 4, Chunin exams problems. Team 7 stood on their usual bridge. The only person not there was Kakashi, whom Team 7 started to wait impertinently for. Since the mission to wave, mutual agreement was agreed between the 3 Jounins. Sakura and Sasuke would stop belittling and rude to Naruto. Naruto would stop giving them injuries and insults. While this did solve their problem, things became much quieter between the trio. That, however, didn't stop Sakura from pestering Sasuke for the rest of his life. Naruto looked like he wanted to be somewhere else. Kakashi was so goddamn late. He started to leak his killer intent as a sign of frustration. Sakura stopped talking when she felt Naruto's killer intent rising. Sasuke also looked worried. Both Shinans started to back away from Naruto, knowing he would need to release his anger, he might start killing. Sakura and Sasuke were about to break into a run to get away from the piss-off blonde when a puff smoke appeared announcing the arrival of Kakashi. Sorry I'm late, but I saw a fish drowning in a pond so I rushed forward too. Liar! Sakura screamed. Kakashi only replied giving his left eye into a smile. Naruto, however, didn't seem to have lightened his mood. Why are you so late? Naruto asked in a cold but demanding voice. Well the truth is, I was busy nominating you 3 for the Chunin exams. Kakashi replied. Chunin exams? Sakura asked. Naruto didn't let his killer intent lower. In fact, it started to rise at a dangerous level. Pure heat waves could be seen around Naruto. Now let me explain. Kakashi began in a hasty voice. Clearly something pissed Naruto off this morning. Flashback good, all those who will take some part of this event are finally here. Now let's begin the entrance of the Chunin exam. The Sandaime declared in a deep voice. Everyone started to mutter. Excitement filled the room. The Sandaime smiled. Perhaps this year would be very interesting. Enough, first off, let's begin with the rookie Jounin instructors. Hatake Kakashi, squad leader of Team 7, nominate Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura, and Uzumaki Naruto for the upcoming Chunin exams. Yuhi Kurenai, squad leader of Team 8, nominate Hyuga Hinata, Inuzuka Kiba, and Abarame Shino for the upcoming Chunin exams. And Saburito Asuma, squad leader of Team 10, nominate Nara Shikamaru, Akimichi Choji, and Yamanaka Ino for the upcoming Chunin exams. Chaos soon started to spread across the room. All 9 rookies competing for the Chunin exams? It hasn't happened in 5 years. The Chunin exams were known for being rough and dangerous. Wait just a minute. Hokage-sama, you can't let these shenanigans take place in the Chunin exams, Iruka cried. What do you mean, Iruka? The Sandaime asked politely, even though everyone knew it was a demanded. Hokage-sama, all 9 of those students were once my students at the academy. I agree each and every one of them is full of potential, however, this exam will destroy them. They are not ready. It is too soon. Iruka replied calmly. Many agreed with Iruka. Clearly fresh genins out of the academy were not ready to participate in the Chunin exams. Iruka, you have to let go. Kakashi replies in a bored tone. Kurenai and Asuma didn't look pleased. Are you planning on destroying them? Iruka shouted. Well, they complain a lot about lousing missions. Perhaps this will scare them strong enough to stop their bickering. And bring their potential up to surface. Yet, you're willing to put their lives on the line because of that? I was made Chunin at the age of 6. It got me real good. Kakashi replies. Naruto is not like you. Are you trying to destroy them both physically and mentally? Iruka shouted, stepping forward to meet Kakashi in the face. Kakashi, that's enough. Kurenai replies, glancing at Kakashi. No, Kurenai-san, Iruka needs to hear this. He just doesn't get it. While I do appreciate you holding on to your old bonds for your former students, remember Iruka, they are no longer your students. They are my soldiers. Kakashi replies in an even tone. Iruka was about to reply back until the Sandaime beat him to it. Iruka, it's the Jounin instructor decision if their Junon team is ready. Hokage-sama, Iruka shouted in protest. However, I also see that Iruka has a point. Despite potential, this exam could kill them and they will never be the same again. Therefore I will allow a pre-Chunin exam test. Hokage-sama, Iruka shouted. He stops when the Sandaime gives him a glare. Kakashi turned around, however someone called him out. I don't know what you are planning, eternal rival. I however waited a full year just to give my squad the necessary experience. I have to agree with Iruka. They are not ready. What's the matter, Guy? Are you afraid that my team is better than yours? Kakashi taunts. Guy looked shocked, then shouted that he accepted his youthful challenge. Kakashi, however, started to get worried. He felt his team was ready. He, however, thought they might not come out the same again. Flashback ends here. Are you papers? Friday, be at room 302 examination hall. Don't be surprised if you see ninjas from other villages here. Kakashi waves and disappears. Naruto walks off, clearly not interested in his teammates' option about the Chunin exam. Sakura pushed her thoughts aside about Naruto and turned to Sasuke only to see he vanishes. Now what am I going to do? Sakura screamed. She paused, and then got an idea. Her favorite hobby was still an option, Sasuke hunting. Sakura got up and ran off to find her true lover. She searched the allies' ways mostly because Sasuke rarely took the main streets. In one area she bumps into a brown-haired Gaki. Watch where you're going, Gaki. Sakura growled. Shut up, you know, breast bitch. The little boy yelled back. Sakura's eyes twitched, dangerous at her nickname. Konohamaru, we should leave. She's scary. A 4-eye boy around Konohamaru's age replied. A girl around their age also looked scared. Right, new ninja tactic. Run, Konohamaru shouted. The 3 academy students ran for their lives as Sakura came rushing after them, destroying and trashing everything that got in her path. Konohamaru ran ahead, clearly frightened and didn't want to feel the wrath of the pink-haired Junon. However, he bumps into someone wearing a black jumpsuit. Oh, Gaki, you bump into me. Does that mean you want to fight? The boy replies. He picks up Konohamaru and stares him dead in the eye. Oh, Kankuro, put him down. You're going to get us into trouble. A blonde-haired girl replied with 4 pigtails. Tamari, I'm just going to teach this brat some respect, that's all. I can do it before he gets here. Do something? Konohamaru is going to be. The 2 children turned to Sakura. Right. Put him down right now. Sakura orders. Kankuro glares at Sakura and she backs away, putting the 2 children in front of her as shields. Kankuro raised his fist only for a rock to hit him in the head. Kankuro glares at the boy before putting the boy down. He unwrapped his bandages around his shoulders and was prepared to use an unknown weapon on Sasuke. Sakura felt a little terrified but excited that her Sasuke-kun was going to kick his ass and show how great he was. Kankuro, enough. A voice replied near Sasuke. Sasuke's eyes opened and turned to the source. There stood another Junon with Suna forehead protector and a guard on his back. Gaara, they were the ones who started it. Shut up or I'll kill you. Gaara snapped in a motionless tone. Right, sorry Gaara. Kankuro replies, backing away, waving his hands in the air. Sakura and Sakura back away from the red-haired Junon. They were strongly reminded of Naruto. They knew he wasn't joking. He clearly had problems with his own teammates. Let's go. Gaara orders as he shines down towards his teammates. Wait. Sakura replies, gathering her wits. She didn't like his eyes. They had bloodlust and desire to kill. Judging from your forehead protectors, you must be ninjas from Suna. Even though Suna and Konoha are allies, you need to have a pass to be here, Sakura demanded. You really don't have a brain, do you, Haruno? They are here for the Chunin exams. A voice replies on the other side. The 8 ninjas, Suna, Sasuke, Sakura and the Konohamaru Corps, look up at a branch to see Naruto standing there. Naruto suddenly disappeared and appeared in front of his team. Your name? Naruto asked calmly to Gaara. Sabuku no Gaara. Uzumaki Naruto. We shall see you in the Chunin exams. Naruto replies, leading his team away. Sakura and Sasuke followed. Unsure who was scarier, Gaara or Naruto. Gaara said nothing but led his team away in the other directions. Friday, room 302. Naruto and his team enter the room for the Chunin exams. They walk forward and lean on the wall, clearly not wanting to be disturbed. Sasuke for his part feared his fan club would be here. Naruto didn't want anyone talking to him. Sakura wanted her Sasuke-kun to take her on a date. Sasuke-kun, I've missed you so much. A voice yelled out loud. Yamanaka Ino made her unwelcome entrance by jumping on Sasuke in a cheerful way. As if she was Sasuke's girlfriend. "Get off Sasuke Kunino pig!" Sakura screamed. Naruto wondered if she ever learned to be quiet. Then again, he would be surprised if she learned to use her brain. "Keep it down." Shikamaru replies, walking forward with Choji, who unsurprisingly had a bag of chips open and was smacking on them. Naruto glares around. Idiots will always being idiots. "Oh, it looks the entire Rookie 9 is together again. I heard all of our senseis nominated us. They must really think high of us." Shikamaru replies. "Aw, they just want to show off." Kiba replied, leading his team forward. Ino was hugging Sasuke like no tomorrow. Sasuke was trying to get Ino off of him. Naruto, however, felt tense. Out of all the Genons inside the room, only 2 caught his eye. Well, you all know what I mean. The first, of course, was Sabuku no Gaara. His chakra, however, was strange. So Naruto turned to another boy's chakra. It was massive. Nearly the same amount as Kakashi's. "You all want to keep it down. You're attracting a lot of attention." A boy with silver hair replies. "Who are you?" Sakura snaps in a loud voice. "I'm Yakashi Kabuto. And if I was all of you, I keep it down. You're all making quite a ruckus." They look around to see nearly everyone looking at them with intent to kill. "You remind me of my first time taking the Chunin exams." The Kabuto replied with a smile. "So is this your second time taking the exams, Kabuto-kun?" Ino asked politely. "Nope. It's my 7th. Kabuto replied in a nervous chuckle, scratching his head in embarrassment. "That bad, these exams?" Sakura replied in an easy tone. "Well, they say 7 is a lucky charm. So I'm hoping to pass this time." Naruto, however, was curious. He clearly was powerful. One of the most powerful people in the room. Yet, he could not pass the exams. Something was extremely wrong. "How about some information? I've been collecting information for the Chunin exams. Can you do anybody taking the Chunin exams?" Shikamaru asked. "Sure, who are you interested in?" "Hyuga Neji. Rock Lee, Sabaku no Gaara and Uzumaki Naruto." Sasuke asked before anyone else could. That's not fun, knowing their names. Makes it too easy." "Very well, first Hyuga Neji." Kabuto replies as he pulls out ninja cards. Not a bad shinobi. Clearly is going to be a tough competitor this year. Next, Rock Lee. Teammates are Hyuga Neji and Tenten, also a year older. Like his team, the first to enter the exams like all of you. Now, Sabaku no Gaara. Interesting, did a B-rank mission and came back unscratched. Kabuto replied, letting the information sink in. They all seemed shocked to hear a Genin did a B-rank mission and left unscratched. All were wondering what was he. Next, Uzumaki Naruto. He's your teammate. Blind, unable to see from an accident since the age of 4. Genjutsu and Taijutsu are 0. Written test is also a 0. Ninjutsu. Well, he manages to get a descent grade. Don't know how he became a shinobi. His stats are extremely low. What about the ninja villages? Ino asked. There are many hidden villages. However, there are only so many that even come here to Konoha for the Chunin exams. Iwa is out the question. They have a huge grudge against Konoha and are still licking their wounds from the last war. Kumo too. We have also been at war with Kumo and they didn't send any Genins because of constant political arguments. Kiri didn't send ending because of their everlasting civil war. So we pretty much get rain, grass, waterfall, Suna and this new village, Sound. What about this village Sound? Are they any good? Sakura asks. Nope, they are a brand new village and isn't most likely a threat. Before anyone could react, 3 figures were rushing past everyone towards the little group. Kabuto seemed to have notice. He turns around and deflected the senbones. The guy wearing heavy clothing and bandages attacks Kabuto, nearly missing his face. Kabuto jumped back from the last attack with a smile and took a defensive stance. The 3 Genins, apparently from Sound, stop and look at Kabuto. Before anyone could say anything, Kabuto's glasses broke. Ah, I see. So that's the kind of attack you used. Kabuto replied, taking off his glasses. Actually, no, I used that kind of attack. The boy replied calmly. Kabuto froze in place and fell down. Almost looking like he was sick. Before the rookie 9 could react, Kabuto spat out blood. Hold on, how is that possible? That punch never connect. I saw the entire thing, Sasuke demanded in an uneasy tone. Was that a dog whistle? Naruto replied, rubbing his ears. Everyone turned to look at him. To their surprise, blood was coming out from it. Naruto, what happened? Sakura asked in shock. I swear that was a dog whistle. Only much sharper and more intense. Damn, my ears hurt. Naruto complained as he tried to stop the bleeding. The sound team looked a little shocked, unable to react at this remark. His remark was nearly on the money. What is wrong with Naruto? Ino asked. That's right. Naruto has sensitive ears. Sakura then told them about Naruto's little secret. Flashback. Hey Naruto. What? Naruto barked at Sakura. It was 2 days after they came back the mist and Sakura approached him before Kakashi arrived. Sasuke stood there looking a little annoyed. How do you get around if you can't see? This question made Sasuke look at the blonde with interest. He never thought of that. Instincts. Naruto answered after a few moments of silence. What do you mean instincts? Sakura demanded. This was not the answer she was seeking. Like I said, instincts. It's common for human sense to increase when they lose a sense. A blind mind can easily gain a new ability to survive. In my case, I use 2 things mostly. My ears and nose. My ears are 100 times more sensitive than yours or anyone else's. Also, I use my nose to smell my surroundings. It's also a way for me to know who is around and who is who. It's how I can tell you two apart. Sakura, you always wear cherry perfume. Sasuke always cleans his clothes once a week. And Kakashi, well, not sure you want to know. Naruto replies in a calm tone. Sakura looked amazed at this information. She was about to leave Naruto alone when he spoke again. Sakura, sometimes you see the world in a different light. When you can no longer see. My nose and ears are my eyes now. If I lose them, I might lose everything that's left of me. Naruto replied in a calm tone. And flashback, they were surprised to hear Naruto's ears were sensitive. To confirm this, everyone turned to Kiba. Akamaru gave a growl and a bark and Kiba spoke. Naruto's right. It was something like a dog whistle. Akamaru told me. Kiba replied calmly. What does that mean? Sasuke asked. Mostly likely it's a sound wave that gives off the sound of a dog whistle. Sakura replied as if in deep thought. Naruto wanted to smile. For once, the pink-haired girl used her brain. She was very close to the truth. Naruto smirked at the sound ninjas. They didn't seem too happy that they discovered the attack in matter of moments. Alright, settle down everyone. A loud voice roared at the front of the room. When the smoke cleared, there stood a Jounin along with some Chunins. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm Morino Ibiki, your first examiner protector. The man replied in a black trench coat. You sound ninjas, no fighting unless given permission. Even with permission you cannot kill you opponents. Now then, you all have a number from downstairs. You will take your seats and begin. Now, you will be given a written test. Naruto tuned Ibiki out and began to sleep for the exam. He could have easily seen his intentions. However, he would rather be more relaxed. After an hour, Ibiki failed everyone who was shitless to continue. Those who had survived now face a bloodlusting Anko. Anko seemed very pleased with all the Jounins. She even said she was going to have fun with them. She told them simply to follow them and lead them to a sealed-off area. Alright, welcome to the Forest of Death. Anko replied. However, every Jounin became aware she was actually enjoying herself. Now, I need everyone to sign these. Anko replied holding up papers. What are those? A boy in a black jumpsuit asks. There will be deaths involved in this examination. These are papers saying you're okay with killing and getting killed. Besides, I hate paperwork. Especially with deaths that I'm responsible for. When everyone is finished, turn them into the booth and get a scroll. Your object is to get 2 scrolls and bring them to the tower. Here you go. Anko then held up 2 scrolls. The Heaven and Earth scroll. Now, let's begin, Anko cried grinning like a bloodlust idiot. It was several moments later that Team 7 walks out of the tent with a Heaven scroll. They walked towards gate 14 and waited for the examination to begin. Anko watched the blonde-haired Jounin with interest. It was said he was helpless and unable to fight. However, she suspected that was what he wanted people to think. Ibiki, being the head integrator for Onbu Division, also gave several reports believing that the boy was hiding more than he letting out. Flashback 6 years ago. What? You want us to watch the blind boy? Anko shouted at the Hokage. Several Onbu members stood there as well, curious to know what this was about. They knew it wasn't protecting the boy. So they all wanted to know why. Something is not right about him. He may look like he is helpless. However, every time he comes to visit me or me to visit him, his chakra is larger than it normally should be. Not only that, I've noticed he disappears for quite some time. Even I can't find him. I want to know what he is doing during this time of periods. Discover it. Hi! The team shouted. 6 weeks later, for weeks the Anbu teams have been watching Naruto carefully. However, he mostly sat on the swing looking extremely sad. Or watch as he got pounded into the ground by the civilians. They felt ashamed that they had to watch the boy endure all of this punishment every day. However, they couldn't find anything about him training other than some basic academy training. One thing they all agreed on, it was as if the boy could see them. They each had felt eyes watching them. In the end, the Hokage called off the investigation. However, everyone in Anbu now felt the blonde was more than meets to the eyes. End flashback. Anko knew it was no secret everyone in Anbu felt a little uneasy around the blind boy. Even Hitake Kakashi reported Naruto chakra was larger than he let out. Several people tried to spy on him, but no one could get the information they needed. Anko just sighed. She wanted to know his secret so badly it was killing her. She hopes this exam would help the Anbu bring it out. Okay, let's begin, Anko shouted as the gate swung open. Team 7. The gate swung open and Naruto however walked only a few feet into the forest when he called for a stop. Sasuke, use your Sharingan and find us a safe place to talk. Sasuke did as he was told and looked around with his Sharingan. He soon found a large bush that could hide anyone from view. Okay, listen up, this exam is not what it seems to be. First off, everyone is our enemy. We have no allies in this battlefield. Not even our fellow Leaf Ninja are allies. For our fellow rookies, what can you tell me about them? Naruto asked his teammates. They all look at him with confused looks. Naruto gave a sigh, he wanted to beat them up so badly. First off, Team 10. An information gathering squad. They gather information and use it to their advantage. Shikamaru and Ino gather information, Choji is their backupper. He is the backbone while those two are the brains. So their team is pretty well balanced. Then there is Team 8, our worst type of opponent. A Hyuga, a Inuzuka, a Abarame. Each of these abilities is known for tracking and scouting, also making them a survival team. I know it's nearly impossible to sneak up on an Inuzuka, however no one here doesn't know that. That information is vital to us. The same goes for a Hyuga. With their Byakugan they cannot be sneaked upon and can see through genjutsu, traps and have a 360 degree of eyesight. Not to mention they can see at night as if it was day. An Abarame can be tricky. With their ability they can know about us approaching and can defeat us in moment of seconds. Also, let's stay out of the way from Hyuga Neji's team. As combat specialists they are also not a team we want to cross. Also, let me see the scroll. Naruto asked as Sasuke pulled out the scroll. Naruto then pulled out 5 scrolls of his own. These are fake heaven and earth scrolls. While you two were standing at the gate I was creating these. Take one of each. I marked the sides to help you two tell the difference. If you get in a tight situation use these scrolls and bail out immediately. There is no telling what type of dangers. Also, I'm going to give our team a little advantage in this examination. Kirigakure no Jutsu. Naruto replied. Instantly, mist started to appear around the area before it became thick enough to blind everyone around them. Sasuke was surprised to see Naruto knew the hidden mist technique. Even more surprised his Sharingan couldn't see any chakra. Naruto stood up. Listen, keep close to me. This mist is really thick and can block a lot of senses. So follow me. I'm used to this type of situation and keep close. Did you know about this? Sakura asked Sasuke in a low voice. No. Plus, what is bugging me is the information he has on the Hyuga clan. Not even I could get that type of information on them. He seems to be certain they would be extremely bad for us. Well, I have to agree that this situation does help us. Try to be quiet, Sakura. We don't need to encounter ninjas unnecessary here. Sasuke replied, taking off after Naruto. Sakura soon followed. Another part of the forest, Orochimaru was not happy. He knew there was no mist ninjas in the area. However, a powerful mist that jammed all of his abilities to sense people suddenly cut him off. Twice he hit his head on a branch. He knew he might not even get the Uchiha in time. 5 days later nearly 5 teams stood strong and ready for their final exam. They stood in what appeared in a battle arena waiting for the Hokage to speak. Congratulations to everyone who managed to survive and complete the second stage of the Chunin exams. However, before we begin the third exam, we are going to have small premonition round. Hayate. A puff of smoke appeared and a pale-looking Jounin appeared before everyone. I'm Gecko Hayate. Your proctor for the pre-final Chunin exam. First, is there anyone who would like to withdraw from the exams? Kabuto immediately raised his hand. I give up, Kabuto shouted. You're Yakashi Kabuto. Very well, you may go. The third said as Kabuto gave a bow in, thanks and walk out. His teammates stopped him and whispered in a conversation no one could hear. Naruto looked at Kabuto, curious to know why he was quitting. He was brought back to attention when Sasuke smirked as he was up first. Naruto however paid very little attention. Shikamaru got a victory over the sound girl. Shino also defeated the other sound guy who could spit high pressure wind from his hands. Naruto knew he had to watch out for Shino. The two sand genins also defeated two leaf shinobi, putting them in the hospital. Ino and Sakura also ended up fighting each other. However, this was not called exciting for neither had talent in Naruto's opinion. Finally Naruto's turn came. Inuzuka Kiba vs Uzumaki Naruto. Kiba boosted about how he got lucky and was going to win. "I feel sorry for you brat, just to show you some mercy, I'll end this in one punch," Kiba declared. Naruto said nothing. Naruto's staff leaned forward as if mocking Kiba to come forward. Kiba grew angry at Naruto for not even responding. "Here I come," Kiba declared. He launched himself at Naruto shouting gotcha happily. This however was a mistake as Naruto ducked from his attack and Kiba fell and rolled until he hit the wall. Kiba got up wiping blood from his mouth he somehow got during his roll. His eyes showed the frustration. "You know, you shouldn't be so loud. It gives you away in a heartbeat." Naruto replied calmly. "You just got lucky. Next time you won't get so lucky." "Akamaru, here you go," Kiba shouted throwing him a soilder pill. Akamaru ate it in one gulp. Naruto didn't even show any emotions. "Juujin Bunshine no Jutsu," Kiba cried as Akamaru transformed into a perfect copy of Kiba. Kiba together with Akamaru attacked Naruto. However, Naruto would always evade his attacks. Finally after Akamaru got hit by Naruto's staff, he flew back unconscious and his technique dispelled. "Akamaru. You team," Kiba shouted. He grabbed the staff and pulled. To his surprise, it came easily. Kiba swung to hit Naruto in the head with his own staff, however Naruto evaded it and spun around in a 360-degree in his spot. Kiba then realized what Naruto was holding. His eyes opened in fear to see Naruto's blade coming closer to him. Kiba made an attempt to get out the way, however, it was too late. Everyone on the sideline watched as if time had stopped. They could only see Naruto's blade come closer and closer. Their hearts pounding, sweat dropping. It felt an eternity until Naruto's sword pierced through Kiba's ribcage and came out until the other side. Naruto showed no emotion as his sword pierced through Kiba. Nor as the blood splattered everywhere. He just pulled out his sword and dropped it. He then walked up to the balcony where everyone was waiting. "I'm sorry," Naruto whispered to Kurenai as he passed her. Kurenai wanted to cry. She felt responsible for getting her student killed. She could only watch as the medic shinobis placed Kiba on the rack and prepared to move her. One of the medic shinobis walked up to her. "Are you Inuzuka Kiba's sensei? Hi. Please come this way." He motioned her to follow him. Kakashi and Asuma also followed Kurenai. With Kurenai, Kakashi, Asuma and medic ninja not dead? The blow looked fatal, however it was not. It missed its vital point by 8 centimeters. Inuzuka Kiba is still alive. However, what questions me is the killing blow. This is not the work of an amateur. I haven't seen this since a member of the 7 Swordsmen of the Mist. That was nearly 30 years ago. What about Kiba? How will this? He is expected to make a full recovery. That is all. The medic ninja bowed and left. Kurenai, I'm going to tell you this now. The Sandaime Hokage is suspicious of Naruto. He believes Naruto is far more powerful than he appears and is not so helpless as he seems. Right now, there are Anbu watching and keeping a close eye on him. This news isn't that shocking, especially after what I witnessed in Wave. Kurenai, do not tell your team until the day before the finals about Kiba. Okay, Kakashi whispered. Kurenai nodded, her interest truly piquing. Uzumaki Naruto was more powerful than he appeared. While this was true for all shinobis, but to have Anbu watch your every move was crazy. Truly something else was behind the scenes. Next match, Hyuga Neji vs. Hyuga Hinata. Hayate called out. Kurenai, do you have a charm or something? That's the 3rd time in a row your team has been called. Kakashi joked. Kurenai said nothing. She knew he was trying to take her mind off the last match and the information she just learned. Instead something else entered her mind as she heard Guy speaking with Neji. Neji, don't let your hatred for the main house get involved. Promise me. Guy spoke. He did not speak in his usual tone, but in a serious tone. Which meant he wasn't going to take anything lightly. What if I refuse? Then I'll cancel this match and give it to Hinata. Guy replied in the same tone. Neji closed his eyes. Alright, I'll keep my emotions in check. Neji walked down, ignoring Guy's look on his face. Hinata stood there looking extremely nervous. Hinata-sama, before we begin, I have some advice for you. Give up. Neji replied in a calm manner. Hinata looked shocked. You're nothing but a spoiled child from the main house and has no skills whatsoever to belong here. I offer you this chance to walk away and don't get hurt. After a spoiled child will always be a spoiled child. Neji smirked to see Hinata panicking. She didn't want to give up, but she wanted to prove to him she was no spoiled child and she was different. How could she do that? How could she stand up to her father if she couldn't stand up to Neji? The clan would disown her if she couldn't stand up to a branch member. Naruto, however, saw the mind game Neji was playing. He decided to add his own 2 cents in this fight. Only a coward would say such words. A coward who is afraid of fighting and facing an opponent who can do those things. A coward would only say it's impossible to change things because they say so. Naruto replied. Hinata looked at him in shock. Hinata, why don't you prove him wrong? Why don't you fight? Naruto asked. Naruto-kun. Hinata thought before looking down at herself. She immediately started to remember her father, her sister, her family and everything she knows. How much she hated it and wanted to change. Neji, get ready, and let us fight. What's going on? She was close to breaking down a moment ago. Did those words really encourage her enough to fight? Neji thought with an annoying idea that he would fight. This must be hard for cousins having to fight each other, Ino said. No. Hinata-chan is a member of the main house, while Neji is a member of the branch house. These 2 houses have had a lot of trouble in the past. So there is going to be a lot of intense fighting between the 2. Lee replied back. You mean, hatred? Sakura asked in shock. Something about a Hyuga clan secret. I do not know. However, it pretty much has destroyed the clan from within, separating both the main and branch house. Naruto didn't say anything. For once he didn't tell Sakura to shut up or give off any killing intent to let her know she was ticking him off. He just remained motionless and quiet, as if a statue was in his place. Naruto, are you okay? Sakura asked. Kakashi watched carefully, observing the blonde. Something was wrong. Yes. Naruto replied calmly. This reply sounded much different than any of his other replies. It sounded as if he was more focused on the match instead. Interesting, isn't it? Kakashi asked, hoping the blonde would express his feelings. Naruto, however, said nothing. He just remained how he was. Kakashi sighed. Neji and Hinata kept palming each other. Finally, Hinata managed to give him a slight tap with her Juken. Neji got pissed that she managed to hit him. He jumped back and got ready again. This time, he would come at her with more power. Hinata, however, started to get confident and believed she could win. She rushed forward, meeting Neji head on. They both struck. Neji with both palms, Hinata with one. Hinata gasps as she spat out blood as she felt her heart nearly give up. Your chakra points are no more in your right hand, Hinata-sama. Neji replied, rolling up her sleeve so she could see. Neji calmly relaxed as Hinata's eyes open in fear. Your eye, it can? Yes. You're finished, Hinata-sama. Neji replied calmly. Hinata, however, didn't want to get up. She shoved Neji's hand aside and attacked again. Only for Neji to counter and pick her apart. She finally collapsed and was unable to continue. Hinata-sama, you should understand by now. Your attacks didn't even affect me from the start. Like I said, you cannot change. Neji replied. He turned around to speak to Naruto only to see Naruto was walking away. Naruto? Where are you going? To train. Surely you want to see the rest of the exams? Sakura asked. Kakashi also looked at the blonde. Nope, I rather train. Tell me about it later, okay, Sakura? Naruto replied as he walked out the arena. Hinata, Neji. You have no idea what you're about to unleash. Thanks to you two, my training will finally be complete. I thank you. Naruto thought with a passion as he disappeared from the tower. Thanks for listening and remembering that disrespect is real. Goodbye.